Greetings, learners. Hope you are well. This is mathematics. In this presentation, we want to look at these questions you see on the board. The questions coming from 2023 internal examination, that is certificate grade 12. And this is paper 1. We'll be able to look at the first 5 questions. So 1 to 5, 2023 grade 12 internal paper 1. That is what we want to discuss. Please pay attention so that you understand everything that will be discussed in this lesson. The first question says, evaluate 8 over 27 raised to the power 1 over 3, number of marks 2. You'll be provided with space where you need to show your work. Remember, one of the instructions that you need to follow in the exam is the one that says omission of essential working will result in loss of marks. So you have to show your calculations here in order for you to get these 2 marks. Hope that is clear. We have the second part, second question here, third question, fourth, and the 5th question. Now, there must be something that I have to emphasize. Never should you fail the first 5 to 10 questions in any ECZ exam. Don't fail, like mathematics to be specific. Don't fail the first 5 to 7. Before 10, don't fail those questions. Why? Your exam, final exam, is prepared using what we call Bloom's taxonomy. So please don't fail. Do not fail. Get it from me. It's better you fail other questions, not the first 5. No, don't do that. Is that clear? Well, when evaluate, you need to identify the topic from which the question is coming from. Also understand what we call the stem of the question. Let's evaluate. That is the same as saying you find the exact value of what you've been given. That is to evaluate. Now they're saying 8 over 27 raised to the power 1 over 3. What topic is this? Indices or index notation, you can call it that way. Now, immediately you remember that the question is coming from this, you will be able to remember some of the laws, principles that you're supposed to follow. Agreed? So we want to find the exact value of this without the calculator. Remember, paper 1, you are not supposed to use the calculator. So, well, 8 over 27, this one here is a power. So, you are not supposed to write it in this way. 8 over 27, 1 over, it is wrong. 1 over 3 is power, so it has to be raised. To write like this to be considered wrong. Simple. So, well, 8 over 27 here, the power is 1 over 3. When you are finding the exact value of such kind of questions, where the power is a fraction, there are 2 things you need to know. If you have a power which is a fraction, talking about the power being a fraction, not a decimal, or not a negative power, but a fraction, it means the numerator of a power, the numerator is always called power. Then this denominator is the root. You label like that. Power, root. When you remember these 2 words, power and root, there is this word root. In mathematics, root, we are talking about this. I see that? Root. So, this 8 over 27 is inside the root. So, 8, 27, like that. Put this everything in brackets. Then you're going to interpret this. Power, it means this one. Power is 1. And then the root is 3. Root, put it here. So, power here, out here. Are we together? What next? From this arrangement, you will be able to separate 8 and 27. Remember, it is to the power 1. So even if we know the 1, that is all right. Unless if it was to the power any other number, 2, 3, and others. But since it is 1, we can ignore it. We just concentrate with what we have here inside. Cube root of 8 over 27. You write it in another form. How? You are going to say cube root of 8 over cube root 27. So this is the same as writing like this. Then you ask yourself at this point, what is the cube root of 8 without the calculator? When we say cube root, we're talking about you look for a number, okay? Look for a number that you are going to multiply itself 3 times and it should give you 8. What number is that? Look for a number. You multiply that number by itself 3 times and it should give you 8. The number is 2. 2 times 2 times 2 will give you 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. But look for a number that you are going to multiply itself 3 times and it should give you 27. What number is that? Do you agree that it is 3? 3 times 3 times is 6. So the cube root of 27 is, this is the exact value of this, even if you use the calculator. So these 2 marks here, this particular point here, you have scored a 1, which we call the method mark. Give you a 1. The answer mark here was be able to give you the 1. You get your 2 marks. But if you decide to go direct from here to this, you're not going to get the 2 marks because we are going to suspect you of using it. Very simple. At the end, you find that you have failed. You start asking yourself, why have I failed? When I answer everything, you don't follow instructions or you don't do the right thing. Number 2, factorize completely. We have this expression, which is 3 x power 3 minus 27x. We are taught to do what? To factorize complete. What topic is this? Algebra. This is algebra. When you are told to factorize, you have to remember the type of factorization. When you remember the exact type of factorization, it will be easier for you. We have common factorization. We have difference of 2 squares. We have quadratic factorization. We also have grouping. What type is this? Where you are given 2 terms and the 2 terms are always separated by a minus. What type of factorization is that? Difference of 2 squares. Since we have identified the type of factorization, that this is difference of 2 squares, we'll be able to apply it. From the word itself, difference of 2 squares, we are going to express everything in square form. Now you ask yourself, can I express 3 in square form? Like the way 4 is. Yes, 4 I can express it square form. I can say 2 squares. That is what I mean. Now, what about 3? It's not possible. So if it is not possible, then they are saying, before you apply difference of 2 squares, you have to do common factorization. So we're going to do common factorization first so that we have numbers that can be expressed in square form. Together. So the common factorization that we are going to carry out here is, there are 2 terms. Let's ask ourselves, what is common on both sides? 1, in terms of numbers, we have 3. Because 3 can go into 3, 3 can go into 27. So 3 is common. X is also common. There's x here. So x is common. We do this. Here now we're going to say 3 into 3 is 1. X in x to the power 3. There are 3x here. Only have 1 here. So how many times can it go? You are going to find that and there will be x squared that will remain. Minus 3 into 27 is 9. This x has been used. What next? This 3x will remain the way it is, but I'm now going to deal with what is inside the brackets. X squared minus 9. This now is difference of two squares. Why? X is in square form. 9 can also be expressed in square form. So I'm going to change where there's 9, I'll express it in square form. How? I'll be able to say x can, then this x squared minus 9 here will be written 3 squared, because 3 squared is 9. That is 3 times 3. At this point, you'll be able to write x the way it is. Now that everything is in square form here, x is in square, 3 is in square, what should you do? You're going to ignore the powers. Ignore the powers. Just write the bases, which is x 3. So say x minus 3. When you ignore, it means another pair has been created, which will have x, just change the sign, plus this. Then this becomes your final sum. If you want, you can also introduce square brackets like that. So this now becomes your sum. And that is what it means by complete. The correct thing here will be able to give you the full 3. Simplify 2 minus 5. Brackets we have a minus a plus 2x. What topic is this? Same topic here, which is algebra. This time around, we are not factorizing. We are making it simple. We are shortening the number of terms. That is simplify. Shorten the number of terms or make it easier. So when you are given an expression like this, your target will be the brackets. That's the first thing. Whenever you are simplifying, we also apply formulas. Okay? When you apply BODMAS, brackets, that is your first thing that you're going to do here. Okay? So target is to remove the brackets. Going to 2a minus, to remove these brackets, we are going to multiply 5 everything inside. So it will be 5b times a, it will be 5a. This negative and negative will result in positive. 5b multiplied by b, 5 squared. Then we have the last plus. Take note that in the 3 questions so far, have you seen any equal sign where equal sign equals? There are those of you learners, like, you think what you're doing is right, okay? You want to decorate. You want to put this. Have you seen them somewhere here? That is wrong. That is wrong. I'll be able to tell you where equal sign should come, unless they're asking you to solve. You do that. Not when you're evaluating, not when you're factorizing, simplifying. You start putting equal sign. This is wrong. So at this point here, the brackets are done. It will now be connection of like terms. what is common here, or what is like to each other. So we have 2a. Do we have a pair? 2a? I do not have a pair. So I'll write 2a the way it is. 2a. What about ab? I've got another ab here. So these two are like terms. So I'll be able to say minus 5. The pair is here. So to carry positive sign the way it is, no change, because these are not equations. So it will be as AB like this. What next? Other term is here. So plus v squared, which is allowed. Always check the number of terms so that you don't skip. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Next, like terms can be added or subtracted. That is what algebra says. So we're going to do this. These are like terms here, A, B. So we can subtract. What number is here? When you have A, it means you have a 1 here. So you're saying negative 5. So negative 5 plus 1. Integers use different signs. You need to subtract. So it will be 5 minus 1, which is a 4. And always take the sign, the bigger number. 5 is bigger than 1. So, and 5 has got a negative. So this is negative. So the answer that I have is 4. But remember, the variables involved, it is then plus 10, 5 b squared. This is your 5. Why? Because these 3 terms here cannot be. They are not like here we have AP, here we have b squared. You can't. Don't proceed. Do not. And there you get your full. The fourth question. The point A, which is 5,3, and the point B have a midpoint 4, -2. Find the coordinates. 2 marks. What topic is this? This is called coordinate geometry. This is coordinate geometry. So now we have been given 2 points, point A and point B. Point A has got coordinates, but point B does not have coordinates. We have just been told that their midpoint is 4, -2. We need to find the coordinates of B. So this is what they are talking about. Let's say this is point A. This is point. That is what they are talking about. So this point A is -5, 3 on the Cartesian. Okay. Then point A here we don't know. So we'll be able to write it in that manner. Then they're saying their midpoint is 4, -. So midpoint, this is the length of A. Then the midpoint is the halfway. Okay, that is midpoint. Midpoint, halfway. So the midpoint here, this midpoint, exactly halfway, is 4, So this is the information that you have been provided. This is the point. Find these coordinates here. Very simple. Now, because midpoint has been involved, it means you are going to use the formula for finding the midpoint. Okay? So this midpoint is equal to, this is the formula. X1 is x2 over 2 divided by 2 because it is half. For 1, y1 is 1, 2 divided by 2. This is the formula for finding the midpoint of any given 2 points. This is for x, this is for y. So from this we have got x1, y1, and all that. Where are they coming from? So you can now decide. You can say this point is x1, y1. The other side will be x2, y2. Then let's substitute it here. So what is our x1? -5. So we have -5 here. What is our x2? our x2, here h2 is x. We want x there. So x divided by 2. You see that? Comma. We count it. What is our y1? Y1 is plus. What is our y2? Y2 is 1 divided by 2. Like this. I see that? Now, this is what? Midpoint. Have we been given midpoint in the question? Yes. 4 comma negative point. So this is equal to 4 comma 4. Do it that way. How do we find x and y? Because this x and y will now be b. It means this x part must be equated to x. Y part, y. Simple. You make equations. So you're going to say 5 here. Divided by 2. This is x. The x coordinate here is 4. So it equates to 4. You come to y. 3 plus y over 2. This y, this is x, this is y. This is y, which is solve this. Find the values of x and y. Simple. So when we start with this one, we can say 5 x 2 is equal to 4 over 1. Can cross as this is a fraction, also that a fraction. So negative 5 plus x times 1, 5 x is equal to 2 times 4. I see that. To remain with x, this is now an equation. X on the left hand side. And this negative 5 crossing equal sign becomes positive 5. X is equal to 30. So we're going to have 30. The x. You come to y. Right? 3 plus 1 over 1. Finish that one. When you finish, you're going to find the value of y. Then, when you find the value of y, you can now simply say therefore could be equal to whatever x is in comma whatever value that you're going to. So you get the entire 2 marks. Very simple. I'll leave it here. I want you to do question 5. Finish the part. Question 5 says, given that OP, vector OP is equal to 4, 13, these are the components, and the point Q is 16,8, find the modulus or the size of vector PQ. The question is coming from vectors in 2 dimensions. So here, always draw trias to make it easier for you to understand this. It's coming from the origins or P. Then you know how to go about it, isn't it? So finish this one and the B part here. Hope you have named. This is exactly the same way you should go and do in your final exam. Paper 1. Show your way. Step by step. I was going this direction because there was space. Otherwise, you're supposed to be moving. That's way done. There's enough space that to be provided with. So done there, you move in that manner. I hope this is clear and you've learned something. I appreciate you for following, sharing the video so that your friends can also learn. Don't forget to join our reliable online classes. Please contact me. I'll be able to share the number that you're supposed to call me on or WhatsApp me. Your friends are learning. I'm sure you want to learn more. Not only this. Please, let's do it together. Subjects available: English language, mathematics, biology, science, that is physics, chemistry, as well as those who are doing additional mathematics. See you.